Hey, what's going on, guys? I appreciate y'all trying out Realm Tiles, testing the free pack, and all of you that ended up backing the system on release. These are some modular walls. You've got the modular 1-inch 90-degree corner, as well as the 2-inch 90-degree corner, with 2-inch stacks on top of the 1-inch. And then I've got some other corner pieces here that are just 1x1 rather than the connected 90-degree corners. And I wanted to show y'all how I orient them, or how you can orient them to print successfully. You might want to put a brim on here if you've got a bed slinging printer. I don't. My bed doesn't move back and forth, just my extruder head does. And so I don't need to add a brim. I use essentially the 0.2 millimeter Creality preset with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. And I use the Infill is 5%, and then I use 4 wall loops, and that's pretty much it. That's how I print all of my walls. You can lay them on the side like this. If you end up having a elephant's foot problem, you might not want to print them on the top of the walls, because then you're going to end up impeding the wall slots that are on top of the walls if you are using the modular walls. And then if you do print in this orientation, and you're going to essentially need to put a tree support on these tabs, and I'll show you how I do the tree support. I just do one little dot there, one little dot there, and then I have supports only from print bed, and then I will go ahead and slice these, and they're all the same. So what I'll do is I'll just paint the supports on one, and then I'll duplicate that and orient them on the print bed the way that I want to, and then whenever I go to slice, the tree support will duplicate to all the different files, all the individual walls. Let's slice this print bed right fast, and then it will show you what the tree supports look like. The standoff that I have on the tree supports is 0.16 distance. That way they're easily removed from the part itself. All right, so you see the supports. So I'm on tree manual, tree slim, and that's how they're going to print. That should give you a pretty successful print, and you should have no problems. As you can see here, these are printing on the tops just because they're not as easy to lay over on their side, because obviously the shape. These will print. I don't really have a problem with elephant's foot. So I realized that I didn't paint the supports on these. These are just the standard 1x1 1-inch walls. So I will show y'all how I do that. All we're going to do is just delete the majority of these. Get me a little space on the build plate. I'm going to move this down here. Click on tree supports, move to the bottom, and I'm just going to click there, click there, click there, and there. And it's as easy as that. Zoom out right fast. And then I'm going to just Control C, Control V, move it over by hitting the arrow twice. Control C, Control V, move it over by hitting the arrow twice on the keyboard. Control C, Control V, move over, and then I'm just going to grab these because I just want a set of 10 of each, and we'll move those over. I do need to put them back into this space, so I'm just going to move those over, move down one more. I don't like that it's not symmetrical, so I'm just going to push this back up. Control C, Control V, arrow down twice, and then I'm going to just drag and drop it right there where I want it. Move back off my print bed, grab these, move them back in. If you want, just to make sure that you have enough buffer around everything, you can select all, go center, and it will center it on the print bed. I don't like going all the way up to the edge. Sometimes there's like a vortex of air that swirls in each corner, because my printer has an enclosed case, and so I try to keep things off the corners for the most part whenever I'm printing. Then we'll just re-slice and we'll be good to go. There you go. Those supports will be really easy to remove with the 0.16 top Z distance, and I won't have any problems printing these. I'm just going to go ahead and send them to the printer now. Select Elon, and I've got the correct filament in there, and I'm going to start the print. Obviously, I didn't clean off my print bed, and I've got some dried glue on there. I went ahead and added some more glue just to make sure that I have good bed adhesion. I'm not scared of glue. I know a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you have so much glue on your print bed. Even though I have a textured print bed, whenever I'm printing these, I don't want any failures. So I add glue almost every single time. I might leave this glue on here for a week, then go run some hot water on it, wash it down the drain, wipe it off with some isopropyl alcohol, and then before I print again, I'm going to put another layer of glue down. So You know, you do what you think is best. I've been printing for 14 years now, and it's just part of the process. Also, you can see on the orientation, if you've got a bed slinger, obviously your bed's going to be moving back and forth like this, right? Orient the length of the wall towards the axis of your bed when it's moving back and forth. You're going to have a lot more success with printing and less pieces that are just falling over if you were to orient them in a different direction, like, for instance, if you oriented them like this. I do not recommend doing that, and you're not going to have as much success. If there's any questions y'all have, guys, please reach out, and I'm always in Discord. And if I'm not in Discord at that exact moment, if you put @Shepherd and you have a question, I will get back to it, I promise. And not only that, but we've got other mods and tech support guys in the channel that have been with me since the beginning, beta testing everything, multiple different printer types. We are always here to help. So don't just click print and think that it's just going to be successful the first time. There's nothing wrong with the system as far as print successfulness. I don't mean that in an arrogant way. It's just that we have tested these in many, many different ways before I ever release the files. So please come to Discord, and we are more than willing and capable of helping you out. Thanks.